Okay. After reading this chapter of Two Blue Vortex, I think it's time for us to have a really deep conversation about Boruto being him in not just his own manga and anime, but in the anime world in general. Because with all the information that we got about the Uzahiko Rasengan, might just be time to open that Pandora's box and say those words. Boruto, Goku Killer. Let's get started. Everybody, it's that time again, and getting right into it. As I said in the intro, we need to have that discussion of, is Boruto Uzumaki a Goku Killer? Now, before I do that, I'll basically go through a quick rundown of the chapter itself, because it is important to actually get into why I'm saying this through the details we were given about the Uzahiko Rasengan. Now, for most of the chapter, basically, it's just yet again we see the effects of omnipotence. And what I really like about this chapter in that aspect is it yet again, as we saw in chapter 7 with the conversation between Boruto and Shikamaru while he was fighting Mitsuki, and he had that moment where he was going to call Hinata his mother, but had to call her his Naruto's wife. We see Boruto's connections being shattered, in the sense that he really doesn't know how to refer to people, how to talk to people. And we may not be friends, but we're not enemies type of way. It's like he's still trying to talk to them like they're his friends and his family and his allies, because that's how in his mind he still kind of views them, even though he in his heart and in reality he knows they're not. So that's good reviewing there. We even have a part where the Shinju and Hidari is summoning claw grimes, and the random sensory ninja is told by Boruto to sense, to like basically be on lookout. And he's basically telling Boruto, like, man, don't tell me nothing, you ain't part of this village, you a traitor. And even Konohamaru was like, what you planning, man? You don't even know your situation. It's like, so he has to basically, along with Sarada and Sumire, try to rally everybody to this threat, which makes the threat of Hidari even bigger than it already is. So that's good writing in that aspect. But beyond that, it's just basically the claw drives jumping from one portal to another. It's good paneling, and it's okay as a battle because yeah, they can do that, but ultimately it's a little bit predictable. So I'm not really as impressed with it as maybe a lot of other reviewers would do. I mean, if they were like more strategically placed, like they was coming out of the ground or something, or you did have a situation where like you had before the claw grounds was jumping out of each other, I might be a little bit more into it. But the battle portion really was, serviceable. Not nothing to really write home about until you get to the Uzahiko Rasengan. Now I will go over the Sarada stuff because a lot of people are talking about like, oh, why doesn't Sarada keep her Sharingan on for the whole battle, and she turned it on and off, on and off, on and off, and shouldn't she have been trained by that to handle that by now? And I would say, yet again, this is much like other reviewers who've covered this topic have said, a product of her not going through what Boruto is going through. Some things you just have to learn through having it a little bit harder. And while she has it hard in the sense that she's one of the only people who acknowledge Boruto as a hero, she doesn't have it like Boruto, where Boruto gotta be worrying about catching strays, as we'll get to at the end of this video when we talk about Jura. On a day-to-day basis. So, because of that lack of battle hardness, she's still battling in a way that is still just, normal, defensive, and non-lethal threatening type of way, not type of style. So, yeah. Now, as for the fact that she's training, like Hidari does use the claw grinds and the massive waves of enemies that are tossed at him to basically get the upper hand on Sarada and almost bite her before Boruto has to use a kunai and save her, and then she has to use Chidori Stream. So again, she is training, just again not to the level of Boruto. So there's that. But as for what we're all here for, which is the Uzahiko Rasengan. Now, the reason I say we need to ask, is Boruto a Goku killer, is because, one, this jutsu ain't finished yet. That's something to keep in mind. Like, I listen to people like Naruto explain, talk about like Boruto might have given Jura a little bit too much information, saying that he has to have his feet planted to gather planet energy, and that's a weakness because people like Jura and Kawaki can fly. The key point to remember when we say that is this move ain't perfected yet. And if you look at the panel and how the move is used to kill or almost kill Hidari, then it may be a one-shot kill move. Which, if this move is meant to deal with the Shinju, it's gonna have to be, because let's be real, the Shinju can tank a lot. Now, the reason I say, this is a Goku killer, is because of the durability. issue that it has and that it may cause. For one, the move, as we saw with Cole, just in its base form, disorients you. So you're going to die from disorientation. You can talk to me about Ultra Instinct all you want, but let's keep it a buck with Goku and how Goku battles. Goku is not someone, when he's not battling someone on the for the faded world, and even if he is, who's gonna basically just pop out Ultra Instinct. So let's get that out of the way there. So it's all gonna come down to, can Boruto press him that far? Personally, I say it depends on how Boruto's battle style is. On what Boruto's battle style is, because again, and this is why we're even having this conversation, Boruto and Naruto are about being more OP skilled than about just, throwing hands. So what are they going to do to tactically take down somebody like Goku? So just on the nature of the base form, you get hit with Uzahiko Rasengan, you get disoriented. And this is continuous. Until Boruto turned it off, Cole was hurt. Cole was leaning. This is continuous, son. So you can't say that Goku wouldn't be affected by that. This is basically being hit with the continuous rotation of the earth. Energy. So basically seismic energy over and over and over and over again. So not only do you have to deal with this orientation, if like you got in this video, I should say in this time, in this form, you're basically going to get funneled into a bunch of energy that will basically shred you. I mean, this would probably kill Cell. I mean, a move like this would probably be good enough to kill Cell if you could hit him with it. Because basically it would kill that little amoeba brain cell that he has that stores all the genetic data he gets, that allows him to regen from even, a really big explosion. So his regen factor wouldn't really help him, much like Hidari was basically left with like an arm, a shoulder, an eye, and all that, and then basically left the thing they call a soul thorn in the Manga Plus version, which is apparently what, much like with Cell, collects the data of the person that was bitten and makes a Shinju. So this can confirm that basically, someone like Cell, hit with the Uzahiko Rasengan, especially perfected form, done. Done, son. Done. So how would that affect Goku? Well, the disorientation would be something he'd have to deal with. And then just basically, Goku has no regen factor, so it will probably, depending on the duration, the durability of his body, it would take maybe half the effort, maybe, that it took to kill Hidari or someone like Cell with a regen factor. Maybe. Like I said, it would all depend on if Goku's body, how durable Goku's body is. But again, like I've also said, he's not perfected this move. So we can't really say if it is or isn't. But right now, I lean toward this could be a Goku killing move. Now, as for the end of the chapter, Kawaki shrinks Hidari's remains to keep him from regening inside one of the claw marks. And then Jura, which is again building Jura up to be the main villain of this arc, that he shoots Boruto and Sarada with Biju bullets from about a good distance away, and leaves Boruto laying and Sarada with an injured arm, foreshadowing yet again that Sarada is gonna have to train. When they try to go get the Soul Thorn, and basically after that, much like with Jigen, Jura basically confirms that he's going after Boruto because Boruto knows too much. Well, shock there. So going forward, I would say that most likely we're gonna probably be dealing with Kashin Koji, and I hope for just narrative's sake that the book slows down, because for all the people who want Momoshiki, that would be the right way to do it, so that omnipotence can come in and start to regain its hold on people's minds, so that we'll have a situation where Momoshiki's impact is actually worth something, because unless you want him to be like say a Oberon or a Sugo in Sword Art Online, someone who underestimated his enemy because he had a different characterization of the man, then you want the book to slow down before Momoshiki gets there, and you want Boruto to get some more allies, because obviously we got to deal with Momoshiki before we deal with Kawaki. So we need to get him some allies that's going to try to help him figure out a way to get Momoshiki out of him, or for him to defeat Momoshiki and seal his consciousness away with inside his body, so that Boruto can be the one in control of his own body, whereas Momoshiki will be somewhere else. But overall, this was a good chapter. Like I said, I really like how in the Manga Plus version they really hit home to you what Boruto lost. I really think that Boruto as a whole, as a series, is a lot better written than Naruto. And I especially think Two Blue Vortexes just basically hitting on all cylinders. Like I said, I do think it's going to slow down some point for Momoshiki, but we'll just all have to wait and see. But anyway, that's all I have for this chapter. If you like anything you heard, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.